So I have a little comparison for you guys today. We're going to be comparing the Hoover Spotless Carpet and Upholstery Cleaner versus the little green Pet Pro Bissell. This is about $150 on Amazon. This is about $99. I will leave a link in my description below for you guys to be able to check out these products. I am always looking to detail, are these the best carpet shampoo extractors on the market? No, however, for on a budget, for doing some of your own detailing, these actually can do a really good job. So I have my carpet cleaning mix, I have my drill brush. I'm not gonna cover all of the specs and features on these in terms of lengths of cords, everything else like this. This is brand new out of the box. This has been used a few times on my Mazda RX-8. I have my wife's floor mat here from her Honda Odyssey. It's dirty. I've never shampooed her carpets in the last couple of years. So I'm gonna do a line down the middle, gonna spray the carpet cleaner on, drill brush each side the best that I can, see which one extracts more dirt, debris from the mat. Then I'm actually gonna take some dirt and try and spread it out evenly over it. And at the end of the day, I'm always looking for something that maybe can do a little bit better job. This was so cheap that I wanted to see how good it is. So with that, if you guys wanna find descriptions of each machine and what they do, suction power, cord length, all of that, go look it up on Amazon, go look it up in my product description and the link in the description, or just go Google it. But at the end of the day, I just wanna see which one can extract more. Obviously, this is gonna be as close as I can get to having an accurate test. Obviously, there's certain things that, you know, could sway this a certain way, but this is just for fun. This is just for me to see which one is better. And for those of you out there, if you're looking to buy one of these for $100, $150, which one is better? So this is the driver's side floor mat. This one gets used the most. I'm gonna do my best to just divide this as equally as I can. We'll do the Hoover on this side, and we'll do the Bissell on this other side. So Bissell, Hoover. I did fill both tanks with just hot water. I didn't put any solution in the tanks. Obviously, it recommends that you do it. Just wanted to make sure, you know, at the end of the day, I just wanted to see how good these can extract things. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my carpet cleaning mix. That is my own little special concoction here. Try and spray equally on both sides here, the best that I can, just to get it wet. This is a drill brush. I'll leave this in the description below. I've cleaned this with some all-purpose cleaner. It's seen better days. I could use a new one, but this has been cleaned. Now I'm just gonna use a drill, and this really helps, you know, kick up a lot of the dirt, a lot of the different things on. I'm gonna go ahead and spray a little bit more product on. These Honda floor mats, they are the worst to try and vacuum, to try and clean up. They just kind of absorb, and they're just really hard to really get it how you want them. But I'm gonna go spray some more product. And guys, you know, this tape line, you know, this floor mat, you could probably argue the Hoover side has a little bit less area to cover than the Bissell, but like I said, this isn't 100% perfect. So we'll pull a little bit more product, go over it again with the drill. One little pass here. All right, first up, we are going to be using the Bissell. And like I said, I filled the clean water tank with just some hot water. And I will go ahead and just kind of spray some hot water on each side. We'll do the Bissell first, then we'll move over to the Hoover side. So that was the Bissell side. I basically did 2 passes down and then one pass across. I'm gonna do the same with the Hoover. I probably could have got the carpet a little bit more wet, but it really just kind of depends as you're kind of cleaning mats and how wet you want the mats and carpets to get. But let's go ahead, let's jump over the Hoover side and see how the Hoover does. All right, so dampness wise, they feel pretty similar. All right, so let me show you guys the tank on the Bissell of how much it pulled out. Definitely dirty. Didn't really pull out a lot. Honestly, some of the issues that I've had, I feel like with the Bissell is just suction power. It's okay. I've cleaned out the hose, I've cleaned out the filter, but it really didn't pull a ton off of there. But in those passes, and you know, for what they weren't too bad. Then there's the Hoover. Let's go ahead and actually pour these out into a cup so you can see how much each one extracted. There we go. So let's go ahead and pour the Bissell into this cup. We'll see how much is in there. I mean, that's it. So let me go ahead and dump this. Really can't even measure it. It's just so short. So let me go ahead, empty the Hoover, and we'll see how much the Hoover got. And I'll put the Hoover in. So there's the Hoover. I would probably say it pulled twice as much out of there. Still not a lot. These mats aren't super dirty, but definitely pulled more. You could also maybe argue maybe one side was more wet than the other, so I think that's a fair statement. But it did feel like when I was pulling the mat, it just like wanted to suck it over to the side. It wanted to pull it, and so I do feel like the Hoover, for whatever reason, has stronger suction power than the Bissell. But let's go ahead and get the mat really dirty, do another test, and see if the results are the same. All right, this is a cup filled with dirt in it. It's a cup of dirt, Brian Regan. So I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle some of this on each side. And I'm actually gonna switch sides because this one side is a little bit smaller than the other. So get some of these big pieces off. Just gonna go ahead and kind of rub that into the mat so every piece is kind of covered in dirt. So once again, guys, not perfect, not scientific, but now we are gonna do the Hoover on this side and we're gonna do the Bissell on this side just to try and make it fair. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some of my carpet cleaner down. And you can also argue that, you know, the Hoover should have had less in it than the Bissell because technically it went over a less carpet area. So we'll see if that kind of remains true on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my drill pressure. What? It's gonna come out.
I hope so. I just scrubbed mud into my mouth.
Yeah, I did. Don't worry, we'll get looking good. But this also helps simulate getting dirt smashed into carpet. All right, let's fire them up. We're gonna go with the Hoover first this time. And because it's also plugged in. you're going, well, why did you basically scrub the dirt into the mat? And it's because I want to get it dirty. When you have mud, when you have dirt, sometimes it's just not sitting on the surface. Sometimes it's packed into it. So we'll actually do another test after I go over this side. We'll spray this down. We'll clean off my brush. We'll extract the rest of the dirt on this and get them looking brand new again. But that's why I did it that way. Let's go over and do the Bissell side now. I did about 4 or 5 passes up and down with water. So we'll do the same with this, and then we'll go down twice and then over once. So, getting down closer, you know, that kind of gives you a good idea. If I had to say one side looks dirtier than the other, I'd probably say the Hoover side looks a little bit dirtier in terms of just dirt on there. But once again, not 100% perfect on, you know, who knows how much dirt, if it was evenly spread, what side got more on it. So yeah, this is the Hoover side. This is the Bissell side. Let's go ahead and pull the tanks and see how much is in each one. We started with Hoover first. Let's go ahead and show you guys. This is the Hoover side in terms of how much it pulled out of there. You can see now this looks more like mud. Oh, definitely some chocolate milk in here. So that gives you guys kind of an idea of how much is in there. I would say it's not up to 100 milliliters. I'd probably say it's about 50 milliliters is how much it took out of there for the Hoover. Okay, let's see on the Bissell side. So that is the Bissell side. About 90 milliliters is what it pulled off of there. So definitely the Bissell pulled a lot more off. And if you look at cleanliness on each side, the Bissell side looks a lot better. And I would say it has close to double the amount it extracted. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna clean off my brush. We're gonna spray some more solution down, do it again, and then maybe have each one go on each side of it, just to see like if the Hoover can get more off the Bissell side or the Bissell off the Hoover. Cleaned off my brush, so it's clean. We are going to now spray more cleaner on each side and hopefully get the rest of this dirt, mud that's been caked into the floor mat. All right, and just for the heck of it, I am going to take some all-purpose cleaner, some LA Totally Awesome, and we're gonna spray some on. Which one really is helping out here more? So I'm gonna spray this down, go over it with the drill brush again, and then we are going to extract. You know, what's one thing that's interesting as I do this is, for whatever reason, this side always seems like I'm pulling more water off of it. Or, you know, it foams up more. And each time the winner has been on this side, so I don't know if it's just how the carpet's laying down. Maybe that side got a little bit more wet, so. And we'll do same couple passes up and down with water. I'm gonna go do the Bissell side now. All right, so these carpets are definitely oversaturated. We've gone over them a lot. What I am going to now do is I am not gonna spray water down on the carpet. I'm now gonna have the Hoover on this side, Bissell on this side, and I'm gonna keep swapping back and forth, not using any water, just pure extraction. I'll use each machine the same amount of times, and then we'll do one final kind of what extracted the most. So that way it's a little bit more fair. We're gonna be swapping side to side and put you guys on time lapse, and then I'll show you guys the final results. All right guys, so you can see that's what the mat looks like. Looks so much better, looks clean. And I smashed dirt in there, mud in there, drilled it into the carpet. So actually very impressed with both of these machines. I actually ended up, so after I told you I was gonna switch, we did each side with each machine twice. So each have had the same amount of passes on the same amount of sides. And we are gonna go empty the tanks now and show you guys which machine extracted more. All right, let's do the Bissell first. All right, so that's how much is in there. I would say there's about 90 milliliters in here. So this is the Bissell. Yeah, I'd say it did a good job. About 90 milliliters is about how much it took out of there. So I'm gonna go dump this and let's check on the Hoover. So that's what's in the Hoover. So one thing that's interesting is this water, it's like less watered down. Like this has a lot more mud and dirt in it. You can just tell by the color in terms of just how dark it is. There's some foam in there that I can't get out. Overall on this guy, so that is the Hoover. You can see I can't see the bottom of the cup. I would say, gosh, there's a lot of foam, so it's tough to say, but I would say this extracted, I'd say about 100 milliliters, so I'd say about 10 milliliters more, but just kind of the color of this, it looks a lot darker. So I would say for this last test, the Hoover actually ended up doing better. So let me go ahead and dump this and let me give you guys my final thoughts. All right, final thoughts. So which one do I like better? It's hard to say because I've used the Bissell a little bit more than I have the Hoover. I will say with Bissell, so this happened during it. I don't really know what keeps that on there, but yeah, that came off. This is actually my second Bissell. They have a big problem with these cords breaking. So keep that in mind. However, the Hoover's looks very, very similar, although I don't know. I don't know if that neck's a little bit longer. I think it is compared to this one, so maybe that helps. So yeah, it is a little bit longer. So I have had this cord break on the Bissell before. So, and one other thing I just want to mention that I forgot to, I actually like the fill tank on this better because the cap's just right there. It makes it really easy. These are just kind of it's a little bit more of a nuisance. You just have basically your bottom piece that you take out. So I don't know. I do like that they have the fill cap on that. I will say I do like the sprayer on the nozzle on the Bissell better than I do the Hoover. The Bissell, it just had a more finer mist, more evenly, and the Hoover just feel like it really almost put out too much water. Really upset that this kind of came off. I wasn't pressing any harder than others. Something to note about both of these machines, are these the best machines on the market? No, they are not. You're gonna have to go over sections several times to be able to get them how you want. It's really elbow grease. It's really just putting in the time. You know, on a couple of the tests, the Hoover was better. On one of the tests, the Bissell was better. You could argue that this test isn't completely accurate and fair, and I would agree with you on that. But if you're asking my opinion right now, for the money, where I've had quality issues with the Bissell. The Hoover on that last extraction I felt was really fair. Each side got both amount of passes. It kept going. Where the Bissell wasn't able to suck up anything on this side, the Hoover was. And so at the end of the day, for the money, for $99, I would recommend the Hoover over the Bissell. Let me know what you guys think below if you had different results. I will be doing another one of these comparisons. So anyways, make sure and hit that subscribe button. Both of these products and all the products I used are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next video.